All right, let's keep reading the Bible. At the time we took possession of the land, I gave the Reubenites and the Gadites the area extending from Aror and Aran Valley and half the hill country of Gilead, along with its cities. I gave to I gave to half the tribe of Manasseh, the rest of Gilead and all of Bashan. The king of Og, the entire region of Argob, and the whole territory of Bashan used to be called the land of Rephaim, Jar, a descendant of Mana, Manasseh, took over the entire region without a as far as the border of the Gershonites and so he called Bashan and his own name, Jar's village, as it is today. I gave Gilad a Machir, and I gave to the Reubenites and Galites the area extending from Gilead and the Aran Valley, in the middle of the valley at the border, and went up the Jabbir River and bordered. Wow, all this. I command you at the time the Lord God your God has given you this land to possess. All your valiant men will cross over the battle formation ahead of your brothers of Israel, but your wives, dependents, and livestock. I know that you have a lot of livestock. Will remain in the cities I have given you until the Lord gives rest to your brothers as he has to you. And they also take possession of the land of your Lord your God is giving them across the Jordan. Then each of you may return to his possession that I have given you. The transfer of Israel's leadership I commanded Joshua at the time. Your own eyes have seen everything the Lord your God has done to these two kings. The Lord will do the same to all the kingdoms you are about to enter. Don't be afraid of them, for the Lord your God fights for you. At the time I begged the Lord God, you have begun to show your greatness and your strong hand to your servants. For what God is there in heaven and on earth who can perform deeds and mighty acts like you? Please let me cross over and see the beautiful land on the other side of the Jordan, that good hill country and Lebanon. But the Lord was angry with me because of you, and I would not listen to me. The Lord said to me, "That's enough. Do not speak to me again about this matter. Go up at the top of the Pisgah and look at the west, north, south, and east, and see in your own eyes, for you will not cross the Jordan, but commission Joshua and encourage to strengthen him, for he will cross over ahead of the people, enable them to inherit his land that you will see." So he stayed in the valley facing Bethpor. Call to obedience. Now, Israel, listen to the statutes and ordinance I am teaching you to follow, so that you may live. Enter to take possession of the land of the Lord, the God of your fathers, is giving you. You must not add anything to what I commanded you, and take anything away from it, so that you may take the commands of the Lord your God I am giving you. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did at Balpur, for the Lord your God destroyed every one of you who followed Baal but you who have remained faithful to the Lord your God are still alive today. Look, I have taught you statutes and ordinances as the Lord my God have commanded me, so that you may follow them in the land you are entering to possess. Carefully follow them, for this will show your wisdom and understanding. And for you, this will show your wisdom and understanding in the eyes of the peoples. When they hear about all these statutes, they will say, "This great nation is indeed a wise and understanding people." For what great nation is there that has a God near to it, as the Lord our God is to us whenever we call to him? And what great nation has righteous statutes and ordinance like this entire law I set before you today? Only be ah only be on your guard and diligently watch yourself, so that you don't forget the things your eyes have seen, and so that they don't slip from your mind. As long as you live, teach them to your children and your grandchildren. The day you stood before the Lord your God at Horeb, the Lord said to me, "Assemble the people before me, and I will let them hear my words, so that they may learn to fear me in all the days they live on the earth, and may instruct their children." You came near and stood at the base of the mountain, a mountain blazing with fire into the heavens, and enveloped in a totally black cloud. Then the Lord spoke to you from the fire. You keep hearing the sound of the words, but didn't see a form. There was only a voice. He declared his covenant to you. He commanded you to follow the Ten Commandments, in which he wrote on two stone tablets. At the time, the Lord commanded me to teach you statutes and ordinances to you to, to follow in the land you are about to cross into you possess, worshiping the true God. Diligently watch yourselves, because you did not see any form on the day of the Lord spoke to you out of the fire at Horeb, so you don't act corruptly and make an idol for yourselves in the shape of any figure, a male or female form, or from any or for the form of any animal on the earth, any winged creature that flies in the sky, any creature that crawls on the ground, or any fish in the waters under the earth. When you look at the heavens and to see the sun, moon, and stars, all the stars in the sky, do not let astray to bow. Do not let astray to bow in worship to them. To them. Do not let astray to bow in worship them, to serve them. The Lord your God has provided them for all the people everywhere under heaven. But the Lord selected you and brought you out of Egypt's iron furnace to be a people of his inheritance, as you are today. The Lord was angry for me on your account. He swore that I would not cross the Jordan and enter the good land the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance. I won't be crossing the Jordan River. I am going to die in this land, but you are about to cross over and take possession of this land. Be careful not to forget the covenant of the Lord your God that he made with you, and make an idol for yourselves in the shape of anything he has forbidden you. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. When you have children, grandchildren that have been in the land for a long time and you act corruptly, make an idol. When you have children and grandchildren and have been in the land a long time, and if you act corruptly, make an idol in the form of anything, and do what is evil in the sight of the Lord your God, angering him, I call heaven and earth as witnessing against you today that you will quickly perish from the land you are about to cross the Jordan to possess. What the hell? Do not live long there, but you will certainly be destroyed. The Lord will scatter you among the peoples, and you will be reduced to a few survivors among the nations, where the Lord your God will drive you. There you will worship man-made gods of wood and stone, which cannot see, hear, eat, or smell. But from there you will search for the Lord your God, and you will find him. When you see him, and with all your heart and all your soul, then you are to distress and to then you are in distress, and all these things have happened to you. In the future you will return to the Lord your God and obey him. He will not leave you, destroy you, or forget the covenant that all your fathers and he swore to them by oath, because the Lord your God is a compassionate God. Wow, so that's pretty cool. Okay.
Principles. Don't stress out. Everyone trips up sometimes.
Okay. Are we live, guys? Bless you. Your God will find God, and you will find him when you seek him with all your heart and all your soul. When you are in distress and all these things have happened to you, in the future you will return to the Lord your God and obey him. He will not leave you, destroy you, or forget the covenant with all your fathers that he swore to them by oath, because the Lord your God is a compassionate God. Indeed, ask about the earlier days that preceded you, from the day God created mankind to the earth, from one end to the heavens of the other. Has anything like this ever, a great event ever happened, or has anything like it ever been heard of? Has a people heard God's voice speaking from the fire you have and lived? Or has a God attempted to go on and take another nation by or great trials, signs, wonders, or war by a strong hand and an outstretched arm by great terrors, or the Lord your God did you in Egypt before your eyes. You were shown in these things so that you were known that the Lord is God. There is no other besides him. He will let you hear ah he will let you hear his voice from heaven to instruct you. He showed you great fire on earth. You heard his voice, and you heard his words from the fire, because he loved your fathers. He chose their descendants after them and brought you out of Egypt by his presence and great powers to drive out before your nations greater than stronger than you, and you to bring you and give their land at the inheritance is now taking place. Today, recognize that. Keep in mind that the Lord is God in heaven above and earth below. The Lord is in heaven above and on earth below. There is no other. There is no other. Keep his statutes and commands which I am giving you today, so that you and your children after you may prosper, and so that you may live longer in the land of the Lord. Your God giving you all time. Cities of refuge. Then Moses set apart from the 3 cities across the Jordan to the east. Someone could flee there who committed manslaughter, unaliving his neighbor accidentally without previously hating him. He could flee on one of these Deuteronomy cities and stay alive. Bezer, in the wilderness, on the plateau land, belonging to the Reubenites, Gamoth and Gilead, belonging to Galilee or Golan and Bashan, belonging to the Manassites. Belonging to the Manassites. Introducing to the law. This is the law Moses gave to the Israelites. These are the decrees, statutes, and ordinances Moses proclaimed so that they proclaimed to them after they came out of Egypt, across from the Jordan in the valley facing Beth, for in the land of King Sihon and the Ammonites. He lived in Heshbon, and Moses and the Israelites defeated him after they came out of Egypt. They took possession of his land, and in the land of King of Bashan and the Amorite kings, and who were across the Jordan of the east from Asher on the rim of the Arnon Valley as far as the Shemusin, and all the Arab in the east side of the Jordan, as far as the east side of the Jordan, as far as the Dead Sea below the slopes of Pigmash. The 10 Commandments. Moses summoned all Israel, and he said to them, Israel, listen. The wow, okay. This is going to be wow. So this is Deuteronomy. Okay. Joshua. Damn. Okay, Deuteronomy. Wow. Okay, Deuteronomy. That's crazy. Moses summoned all Israel and said to them, Israel, listen to the statutes and distance I am proclaiming as you hear them. Alright, I'll be back.